Let's review Descartes' rule of signs. So Descartes' rule of signs, the point is to know how many positive and negative real roots you might have. And the point of this is to let you know where to start. So when you look at the solutions from the rational zero theorem, it can give you 15, 20, 30 things to try. Well, where do you start? Well, this gives you a place to start. It tells you how many there are. So to find how many positive real roots, you're going to use the equation as written. So they gave you f of x, this equation. You are going to count how many sign changes you have. So when I look at this, a sign change means I go from positive to negative, like right there. And then you can see here, I go back from positive to negative. But then I don't have another change. It's positive to positive. So this has two sign changes right here from positive to negative, and then here from negative to positive. But I don't then change again because that's another positive. So this has two sign changes. Now, if you remember, complex roots always come in pairs, right? They're positive or negative, they're the plus or minus. So these can always go down by twos. So that means I could have 2 or I could have 0. I always subtract 2. So this is how many positive real roots I could have. It doesn't mean that it means I'm either going to have 0 or 2 positive real roots. Now to find the negative, I'm going to do f of negative x. And so every time I see a x, I'm going to put in negative. Okay? I'm just substituting. Then I'm going to rewrite this. This is 5x to the third minus 3x squared minus 3x plus 1. So all I've done right now is I've substituted this negative x in and I've simplified through. And you probably remember if it's odd, the sign will change. If it's even, it won't because it cancels out. Now I'm going to go back through and I am looking again for sign changes. So negative to negative, that didn't change. Negative to negative, right here, negative to positive. I have one sign change. I could go down by 2, but that would give me negative 1, so it's just 1. I could have one real negative root. So that's my answer to Descartes. All Descartes is telling me is how many positive and negative real roots are possible. And I can either have 0, so there's 3 possible roots, right? Okay, because this is 3 right here. Of them, the most that can be negative is 1. So if I was testing this, all the ones from the rational root theorem, which are horrible, there would be, if you look at this, it would be plus or minus 1, let's see here, and then it would be plus or minus 1/5. Well, at least there's only a couple of them, right? Because this is 1 and 5, and this is 1, and this goes on the top. I would start with the positives. That's what this tells me to do, because I could have 2 positive real ones. I'm only going to have 1 negative, but I'm guaranteed 1 negative, so maybe I want to start there. It's a way to decide where to start. That's all Descartes is telling you. It's giving you an idea of where to start from that list that the rational root theorem produced.